Politics is a big part of the crypto landscape right now in the United States, and we're going to go over 4 resolutions and bills that are currently on the docket or have been introduced in the House of Representatives. We're going to go over what they mean and how they can affect your ability to earn passive income and use this new technology. We're going to talk about this here on the Ujamaa Network. I'm Antoine Anderson. Let's get to it. It is important to understand the players in this game that we call cryptocurrency. And one of the biggest players right now that is affecting the ability of Americans to earn passive income through this new industry is our government. Congressional legislation in particular that affords us the ability to make currency, make money off of either mining or trading cryptocurrencies. But there are a lot of obstacles in getting that done and bringing it to the masses. Some of these things have political agendas of their own, and it is interesting to know who those people are, those representatives are, who are introducing these bills and why. So without further ado, let's talk about the 4 that are currently in the House of Representatives that have been introduced. This is just 4 of them, but there are many more. We're going to talk about 4. There is currently a House Resolution number 88 introduced by Republican Tim Burchett out of Tennessee to investigate whether or not cryptocurrency was being used to fund Hamas. This legislation was introduced back in February, but it's sitting there in the House, not been voted on since about February 6th. Now in it, it calls into question whether or not there was some type of link between Hamas and the United Nations and how funds were being transferred to this organization, Hamas. And again, this is in response to the October 7th massacre that was carried out against Israel, and the rest is history. We're going to stay away from the gory politics of that messy ordeal, as we as investors know that this is a cycle of violence in that region, and we are not going to say a thing about it, not one thing. The issue has spilled over into our college campuses already, and it is a flashpoint right now for hostilities here in this country. But this legislation is seeking to get some answers, and that's one of the things that as a crypto investor, we all need to be aware of, the politics behind what's going on and why bills are being made. Let's move on to the next one. Now, the Senate has a bill that is aimed at looking at potential adversaries of the United States affecting the crypto markets here in the United States. It is Senate Bill 1870. It's to amend the Commodity and Exchange Act to prohibit interference in the United States digital commodity markets by markets organized or established in a foreign country. Now, we all know what's going on in China. They had crushed their private sector of cryptocurrency literally by rolling over ASIC miners and replacing all of that with a Chinese digital dollar. They went forward with that. One of the biggest obstacles that we face here is just the saturation in China and their ability to make things happen by severe crackdowns and just limiting the people's ability to make any money outside of the government, and you deal with the government directly. So this is a bill in response to those kind of actions, whether or not a foreign entity can pull off a monopolization, if you will, of the generation of crypto, and it's actually funding that state. So again, another bill, this a different set of the Congress. This is in the Senate. Senator Tommy Tuberville is looking to get some answers on this. And again, be aware of the politics that are at play here. Do your research, find out what these things are. This channel is just about making you aware of those things that are out there. Now, Representative Alyssa Slotkin has turned her focus onto the United States, and she's introduced a resolution or a bill in the House of Representatives for a full disclosure of those Senate members or House members of how much they have in their wallet, sort of like what's in your wallet. They want to know which political members, members of either party has crypto holdings over $1,000. They want a disclosure. This is a disclosure act, House Resolution 5050. They want to know what's in these representatives' pockets so that there's no sense of a conflict of interest. Again, I think this is some very thought out legislation. This is how you clean it up, or at least hold some members accountable. How are they voting? And I think this could work on the other side too. Those people who are beholden to other institutions who want to ban cryptocurrency in the country, find out what their allegiances are. It is very important that there is some sense of disclosure. This bill goes a little bit further. It wants to also know whether or not your immediate family members have some of those holdings. Maybe they're holding it for the elected official, and this is something that will probably go forth as more and more money and more adoption of cryptocurrencies take place. But we have to be aware of these things that are out there, and that's House Resolution 5050. And finally, one bill about proof of work. Yes, proof of work. This bill was introduced, I think it was March of 2023. Yeah, March 2023. Proof of work. Remember that? That's when we were able to make money off of crypto mining. Well, this bill seeks to bolster that. And it's from Representative Pete Sessions out of Texas. He went in detail on how the consumption of proof of work devices in a state like Texas, when he was talking about the power disruption they had back in, I guess it was 2019 or 2022 when it got so cold, and how it was the crypto industry that was able to reduce its megawatt per hour by some large amount of money, and not impact their already failing grid. It was one of the only industries that could do that, even more so than, like, say, a cloud server that wasn't generating any crypto, or one of those data warehouses. Lots of electricity being used on the Texas power grid, and how this particular industry did not affect that, or how it could actually respond faster than some of the other agencies out there and within that state. This is going to be interesting to follow. This resolution seeks to bolster investment as an infrastructure standpoint in development into cryptocurrency mining. Now, all of these politicians may have their own baggage, but sometimes, as they say, even a broken clock is right twice out of the day. And this legislation is doing nothing but providing some input and some clarity on what crypto mining is and how it can actually benefit the country's infrastructure. We already know that blockchain technology in particular allows for faster transfers, faster settlement times for payments, more secure than our current situations, whether you are using ACH withdrawals, that kind of thing, direct deposit. This is just the way to go. And it's more secure, and it's a ledger that can be reconciled instantly by the use of many ASICs not owned by a central agency or central company. These are the things that we need to be talking about. Keep your eye on these types of legislations, and let's talk about it in detail in the comments. Remember, not all money is good money. Watch how you spend it. Come back to this channel, like, subscribe, and let me know what you thought. We'll go into detail more as these bills come to light. All of these bills are just sitting there, not being voted on. They've been introduced, and nothing has gone past a few cursory actions. They've been forwarded onto some committees where they're just languishing. But let's keep an eye on this so we can keep this industry alive. Let me know again what you think. I'll talk to you very, very soon.